Well, good evening. It's time for another video ESL lesson, and I'm excited. I've got 3 students with me, fine students from India. We got Raja. From South Korea, we have Kyungchin. And from Mexico, we have Jackie. How are you all doing?
Very good.
Very good. I'm just habituating to the new normal.
Yeah. How are you, Kyungchin?
Yeah, very good. Thanks.
Good, good. All right. And just to remind ourselves, like I'm isolated at home with my wife. And Jackie, you are with who?
I am with my host family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with 2 parents and 2 little girls, 5 and 3.
Okay. Kyungchin, okay. And who is in your home, Kyungchin? Oh, did we freeze there? I think we froze for a second. Yeah, okay. Well, Kyungchin, who's in your home? We froze for a second.
Yes, I'm with my husband and my daughter.
Okay. And Raja, who's in your home?
Me and my ghost.
Just you, yes. So your wife and your son, are they doing well?
Yeah, they're doing well. Yeah, he's a little sick, but he'll be okay by tomorrow.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, so what we have, our topic for tonight is, what do you plan to do during the rest of the pandemic? What do you plan to do during the rest of this time of quarantine? And so I have a list of items, and you might have some of your own items as well. So what I just wanted to do is have a discussion about the things that we would like to do. I think I'm going to start off with one of them. It's number 11 on our list. I think this is a great time for you all to invent something. Think of something that you need, and you can invent it and share 10% with me. But yeah.
Too high.
Okay, 9.5. But perhaps it would be something for the home. Perhaps it would be, maybe you have an idea for an app. Maybe you have an idea for something, for deliveries or, something like that. So have you thought of any kind of, I know you don't want to give up your trade secrets, but have you thought of anything that you could invent?
Not really.
No? Well, that was pretty big anyway.
I'm trying to invent myself.
Invent yourself. Okay. Very good. Well, who has something else from the list they'd like to talk about that they want to do?
While I was going through the list, it caught me the point number 6. Start a journal or blog.
Yes.
I think I had a struggle writing journal. So probably I think it's a good idea for me to write a journal.
Okay. Yeah, it's not too late to do it.
Yeah, people say writing is thinking. So by that way, you can think and write what exactly going on in your mind, and probably you will realize yourself more clear about yourself.
Okay. Kyungchin and Jackie, do you journal already?
No. I started like 10 years ago a dream journal, like all my dreams, because I had trouble of not being able to remember what I dreamed, and I sleepwalked. So everybody, they advised me to get a dream journal, but I left it.
Okay. Kyungchin, do you journal?
Yeah, I used to journal on my own blog in Korea, but I never did in America. So I think it's a great idea. I should start it again.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to see it, but I wouldn't be able to read it. All right. Who else has something that they would like to do?
Well, fun stuff. I've been doing quite a little bit of that. I made this t-shirt yesterday.
Oh, good.
And I'm doing puzzling.
Okay, a puzzle. Yeah, we have puzzle on the list too. Complete a puzzle. So you started that puzzle when?
Yesterday.
Okay. Have
Wanna
any,
say-
have you guys done any puzzles, Kyungchin, you and your family?
Yeah, actually, my daughter likes puzzle, so we did it together. But it was too hard for me, so yeah, I have to keep practicing. Yes.
Okay. Roger, you're by yourself, but have you tried to do any puzzles?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, my wife and I, we need to do a puzzle. I don't know why we haven't, but I'll take the blame on myself. Let's see. How about study a foreign language? Has anyone thought about studying a foreign language other than English during this time?
Well, not much.
No.
Maybe just the French part that I've been missing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So earlier I learned beginner level of German.
Okay.
Ich hast die Ambition Deutsch. I know a little bit of German, but I got so it's been very long. So
Mm-hmm.
I think when you try to learn a new language, it's important to practice. Otherwise, there is no use.
You lose it.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably you may learn some vocabulary, but if you don't speak, then that will go away.
Yeah. Kyungchin, are you learning any other languages besides English at this time?
I used to learn Chinese when I was in Korea, but I quit studying Chinese after I came back. After I came here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Now I have more free time, so I think I try it again. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it'd be good. I wish I knew Chinese, considering they're one of the largest nations on the planet. So
Right.
there's about as many Chinese as there are Indians, right? Yeah. Well, what else from the list? Do you see anything that you're interested in, guys? Anything else from the list that you'd like to do, or you think you should do during this time?
Well, we already kind of started a garden,
Okay.
like growing veggies and all that. We started with lettuce, cucumber, zucchini, and peppers. And they're doing pretty good, except the cucumber. The cucumbers are dying, but everything else is growing pretty good.
Okay. Kyungchin, are you doing a garden by chance, or growing any plants?
Actually, we don't have our own garden now because we live in apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So I never tried it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And Raja, you're in a house or an apartment?
I'm in an apartment.
Okay. Well, I started growing a garden, and my lettuce is doing really well. So I'm hoping that I'll be eating some in the next 2 weeks. That would be nice. My tomatoes, though, are growing very slowly, and
It's not the summer for tomatoes yet.
yeah, I guess so. And it's also let's see, I'm growing onions too, raising onions, and they're coming up slowly. But what I forgot was that the garden plot where I'm growing my plants, I forgot that a bunch of marigold seeds, these are yellow flowers, had fallen into the ground. So they started popping up, and I thought they were tomato plants. And somebody came by yesterday and said, "Hey, you got marigolds growing in your tomato plants." And I went, "Oh gosh."
But that's very good, because you need marigolds to scare away or spook away the insects or the plagues.
Oh, okay.
You have to grow them together, actually.
Oh, well, very good. I have plenty of marigold seed if anybody needs any left over from last year. How about, let's see, anybody else have something from the list here? Anyone done number 20, exercise?
Yeah,
Going out and run.
Yeah. So, Kyungchin, what kind of exercise are you all doing?
I try to take a walk at least once a day.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, just walking.
Yeah. And Jackie, what are you doing?
Well, whenever I have time, run. With the girls, for example, today I did a new activity where you use the deck of cards. And for every, I forgot how to say it, like the symbol, if it's cards or spades or clover, you give a certain physical activity to any of those.
Oh.
So I turn around and 8 of hearts, and hearts is jumping jacks. So you have to do 8 jumping jacks.
Ah.
And it was really active. It kept us going.
Okay, cool. Raja, are you doing any exercise?
I'm doing push-ups.
Okay.
There was some 30-day and 90-day challenge. At
Okay.
least I try to keep up with the challenge.
Mm. I'm trying to stay active as well, doing the gardening work, but also exercising with a video, kind of like 4 times a week, 5 times a week. And I know everything the guy is saying in the video now. I could repeat it. It's 15 minutes of the same thing over and over each time. And then I walk around a track. Today I was running out of time. I only walked about 1 mile and 1/3 of a mile, but usually I walk about 2 miles when I do the track. And sometimes I'll walk around my neighborhood. Well, anything else from the list here?
So 14, I was already doing it. So
Okay.
I have no other option except I have to cook myself. So
Good. Yep. Cooking at home. Are you cooking at home, Jackie?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're one of the cooks?
No, I think I've done it twice in this quarantine.
Oh, okay. And Kyung-chin, are you the primary cook in your home?
Actually, my husband is primary cooking. He likes cooking, but I don't.
Okay. Well, I love Korean food, so I look forward to meeting up with Kim later on when this quarantine ends, because I love good Korean food. I've been cooking. My wife made something really delicious tonight, some sort of Cuban recipe, and it was kind of like a tomatoey meat sauce poured over rice. It had olives in it, and raisins were in it. Very, very tasty. And then I've cooked a few things, and I've been roasting coffee too, by the way. I think you probably already knew that, but I roast at least once a week. So yesterday I roasted 1.25 pounds of African coffee from Burundi. Very, very good coffee. I'm going to keep roasting coffee even after the pandemic. Now, Kyung-chin, do you see number 23 there? Camp indoors with your kids. So that's making like a little tent inside your apartment, and not sleeping in the bed, but sleeping on the floor. And do you think Ruby would like that?
Yeah, I think she will like that. It is very interesting idea. Yeah.
Okay.
We will try it later.
Jackie,
do you think your little girls would do that?
I don't know if they will sleep on it, but yeah, we're gonna do that's one of my plans, because the 30th of April in Mexico, it's the kids' day.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to do several activities, and one of them was making a fort or a tent in the living room.
Okay. And how old are the girls you're keeping again?
5 and 3.5.
Okay. And Ruby, she's what, 7? Is that right? Or 8?
Yeah, she's 8. Yeah.
She's 8. Okay. Okay. Now, Raja, how old is your child?
One is 7-year-old and one is 3-year-old.
Oh, okay. So they're a little too young for something like that. So you have 2 children. I'm sorry. I thought you had 1 child.
No,
wow.
two boys.
2 boys. Oh, congratulations. That's great. Well, what else from the list, guys?
I've tried the relaxation thing, even downloaded some apps for that, but they work to relax, but I also downloaded them to help me sleep, and I didn't sleep. It was like, in 10 seconds you're gonna sleep. 5, 4, and I was like, okay, I feel myself drifting away. Okay, I think it's working, and then now you're sound asleep. I'm not sound asleep, but it helped to relax.
Okay. Well, that's using an app to help relax. There are other ways just to relax, just to do nothing. Really hard for me to do nothing, but I try to relax that way. I think relaxing sometimes is by doing some things, but What are you all doing, Kyung Chin or Raja, to relax?
I think the more I stay at home, the more I sleep. So I get relaxed enough and then anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Relaxed and sleep.
a little too relaxed.
So I'll watch comedy shows.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I watch mainly the things that I watch is comedy. So
Okay.
like why to watch drama in this drama that we're living in right now? It's comedy, so what?
We watched the movie from 2011 called Contagion
No.
yesterday, and it's basically about what we're going through right now, except when the people got sick from that disease, they also had seizures, so it's a bit frightening. Don't let Ruby see it, but it's it's a little frightening, but it was very interesting. Although I woke up this morning thinking, how did that movie end? And I had to really think about it. And the ending is kind of interesting. They answer a question at the very end of the movie. It came out in 2011. I was traveling back and forth between America, Turkey, and Kazakhstan, so I didn't spend any time watching movies back then. But they talk about social distancing. They talk about all the things that we're talking about. And kind of interesting to see things that they're not talking about too. Thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, watching getting a streaming service, doing a 7-day free trial. Like we were going to have to pay $3.99 to see the movie Contagion, but instead we did a free trial to something for 7 days. So as long as we remember to cancel before the free trial is over, we got it for free.
Yeah, the remembering part to cancel is the trick.
Yep.
Put an alert in your cell phone or something.
Yep. And I've been missing my alerts lately. I don't know if I'm just too relaxed.
But the trick is they try to make you habituate to see the movies. Then you will fall into their prayer. So when next time when you have something, you got something free time, you automatically tend to go for the subscription.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what about doing something like number 21, sketching or painting? Have you thought of doing anything like that, or pottery, or anything that you have? Anybody doing anything like that right now?
This is the most artistic thing I've done.
Okay. Chung Chin?
Actually, not right now, but I used to pottery. Not pottery. Brushing the pottery. I think paint. Some on the pottery. I used to paint something.
Oh, okay. Good. How about you, Raja? Anything artistic that you're doing at this time?
No.
Okay.
But I think I have some interest in both painting and pottery, but I think we can't maintain social distancing if you want to learn it, right? But I think you can learn online this sketching and painting.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been sketching with the girls, because with the girls they are the author of the Piggy and the Elephant, and they Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus or something. The author was doing these kind of videos to teach the kids doing the sketches. The kids gave up, but I continue, and I was doing all the things. Yeah.
Well, when I lived in Istanbul, there were a lot of different reasons why I did this, but part of it was for relaxation. I had a couple sketchbooks, and I would just go and sit somewhere and sketch one of the beautiful buildings. And part of what that did for me was it made me sit in one place and not get up and walk around or move or anything like that.
Did you learn anything?
What's that?
Did you learn anywhere to sketch the buildings?
No, I haven't had any lessons since I was in school, but and I'm not that good an artist. In fact, yesterday I was 2 days ago I was at my parents' house and getting some things. My parents both passed away last year, and I found 2 of my drawings that I did in school, and I looked at them and I thought, They're so bad. But sketching is kind of interesting because I'm not worried about it looking great. It's sort of an interesting thing of like, here I'm just trying to show it in the camera, but just taking that movement, looking at something and drawing it and fixing it. And it was very nice. And people would look over my shoulder sometimes when I was doing it, and they would say something like, "Oh, good," or they wouldn't say anything, walk away. But I had such a fun time doing that. I need to find my sketchbook because I should do some sketching during this time. Yeah. Now, number 27 is a creative idea, and I got a lot of these ideas from an article, but number 27, when I saw that idea, I decided to add to that. I tried to think, how could you practically do this? So it's write a book about your family. Start with a page that just lists your family. That would be like a family tree.
Yeah.
And then write 1 to 4 paragraphs about each member of your family. And then as you think about funny stories that went on with your family, write 2 to 4 paragraphs about the funny story, even if it's nothing more than just to remind you of the funny story. Like, I remember the time when I slipped on the ice or something like that. You're not giving all the details, but doing something. And it'd be interesting because you might come up with a really nice gift for your family, a story of your family, and they would enjoy that. Anybody else have another idea from the list? Let's look at what not to do.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
Done that.
Have any of you panicked?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, I had a little panic, and it's been gone for about a week and a half, and then it came back again. And I think it might just be some things I was dealing with or whatever. Not so much the pandemic, but other things. So, yeah, don't give up. Don't quit. Keep doing what you need to do. Kyungchin, you mentioned that you're sleeping more, and I'm sleeping more. A lot of us are sleeping more, and I think that makes us a little bit lazy. But I have an app on my phone that tells me what I've been doing all day long, and it says things like, "You're only it thinks that I'm only working if I'm at the church. So you only worked 5 hours this week." But I've been working at home. And then don't share conspiracy theories. Do you know what those are?
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories. That's when you say something like, for example, there is a conspiracy theory. I'm not going to list it right now because I don't want to be considered a person who's sharing it. But people talk about where this virus actually came from, like where in the city that it actually came from, other than the marketplace. And then there are other theories that say it actually came from another country and is being blamed on this one country. We just don't know these things. And the thing is, if we are helping to push these conspiracy theories, I think it's going to create more problems. What else on that list do you want to mention?
So for me, I think it's sometimes it's panicking me because you have to go out for some reason. You always have to touch something, or even though you're you maintain precautions.
Yes.
Like wearing the face mask and wearing the gloves. Still, you feel when you come back home, you might have touched somewhere on your clothes or somewhere. You still feel you're not confident.
Yeah.
It's a little bit panic, but I think we need to practice not being panic.
Yeah. I noticed I got some gas the other day, and I realized I didn't have any gloves with me. I didn't have a bag with me, and I was going to grab the gas nozzle. And so then all of a sudden I realized, but there's usually paper towels at a gas station. So I reached up and I grabbed a paper towel and used that. And I was so glad because then I didn't have to worry about, I think I still sanitized my hands anyway, but I didn't have to feel like I was dealing with something gross. One thing that I think I've done at least twice during the video is I've touched my face. And, yeah, try not to touch our faces. And I think we need to learn this for the rest of our lives, not to touch our faces. When I do a video for church, I'm trying not to touch my face. Sometimes I have my hands behind me like this during the video. And somebody told me, oh, you touched your face a lot during the video the other day. And I'm thinking, oh, my goodness, I didn't mean to. But in that movie, they said that you touch your face every, I don't know, it was something like 1,000 times a day or something crazy like that. And you figure part of it is probably a defense mechanism. We're used to kind of protecting ourselves, so we bring our hands up to our face. My wife was telling me, stop touching your face today, but she was watching me from a distance, and I wasn't actually touching my face. But I don't think she believes me. She's trying to talk, but I'm not going to let her voice come in on this recording right now. I like number 6. Don't think that you're immune.
Yeah.
Because
especially for the Americans, because at the beginning they say that that's why it spread so much here in the United States, because they said like, oh, this is what's happening where people don't have access to many health services, or it's for the low-income countries or something. I'm gonna touch my face. And they were like, no, it's not gonna happen to us. No, we're America. We're good. We're fine. Suddenly, the first number 1 in contagious or something like that.
Well, and I also like number 7. Don't forget why you are still well. I think the reason why we're still well is that we have distanced ourselves, and we've been trying not to touch our face, and we've been washing our hands. What else do you see from the list there of not to do?
So I think very difficult task is on 9th one. Don't touch door handles, elevator buttons. These are necessaries.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to buy something, you have to use your, you have to touch somewhere like handles or elevators.
Mm-hmm.
So,
use your sleeve. Yeah. I've been using my sleeve for years. It's just, I don't ever like to touch a door handle. Maybe I'm a germaphobe. Germaphobe, someone who's afraid of germs.
Afraid of germs.
Yeah.
I usually use my shoulder if I can, like, push the door handle down. Elbow, and then my shoulder to push it.
Oh, you're okay. Yeah.
But if you have to pull it up forward, then it's a difficult thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, have you been to IKEA before? It's a furniture store in Northern Virginia. There's also one in Norfolk. In the bathroom, they have something at the bottom of the door, and you can use your foot to open the door without actually touching it with the handle. So I like that. And let's see. Don't socially isolate. I think that's a scary thing. As a pastor, I'm trying to keep in touch with everyone in the church, and I'm sure that there are some people that I'm probably reaching more often than others, but there was someone that I didn't get the other day, and it was like the 3rd time I tried to reach this person. The first time I thought, well, maybe he's in his backyard. Second time I thought, well, maybe he's asleep. Third time I thought, wait a minute, he hasn't called me back, and I've left, voicemail messages for him. So I knew a family member of this person, so I contacted the family member, and he said, "Oh yeah, I talked to my dad yesterday, and he said, but I'll let Dad know that you're trying to reach him." And so I don't want people to be socially isolated anyway. Even normally, I don't want that to happen. And I think now, we really have we can get used to being isolated. We can get used to being quarantined, and we need to be careful not to get used to that. Yeah. Are there any other points on here you'd like to mention, or any final thoughts you'd like to talk about?
I want to talk about 13. Don't stop dreaming.
Don't stop.
I think we need to stop bad dreams.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So we all often get bad dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. When we say in English, don't stop dreaming, I know for me, I'm thinking of it in a positive sense. Yeah. We keep planning for the future. I was hoping that this year I would go visit Kazakhstan because we lived there for 15 years, and go visit Turkey. We lived there for 5, and I wanted to visit a few other places, and I'd put it off, for the last couple of years because I was just too busy, and I wished I hadn't put it off. So I want to dream about going on those trips again, and I hope that one day, it'll be affordable when we're able to fly again. Do you have any dreams, any plans, any hopes?
Well, I've been putting off doing the exam for my to transfer my degree here.
Okay.
And I've been putting it off taking the actual exam. And now everything's closed, so I cannot take the exam. But yeah, I'm. That's one thing I'm doing also in this quarantine. I'm studying for that, so that as soon as they open, I can take the exam, and hopefully I'll pass.
Good. Kyungchin, do you have any dreams, any plans, any thoughts about the future?
Not the special plan, but I hope everything will go back to normal soon. So we should go out without any concern about virus. Yes, that's my hope.
I hope so. And Raja, do you have any dreams? Good dreams?
I'm just hoping my family comes back and we have a normal life.
That's the best dream of all, man. Yeah. I know. I'm looking forward to the day when I get to hug my grandchildren. They've come around me a few times, and I'll touch them on their back, and I'll say, that's all I can do, And of course, I'm not 6 feet away when I do that. But my grandson, he's still so young. He's not quite 2 years old, and I want to drive up there and see him. But it's a 2.5-hour drive to get there. Well, during the pandemic, maybe it's shorter. Maybe there'll be less traffic, but it's 2 hours to get there. But I don't think he would understand why we can't hold him. And so we see him every other day on FaceTime. But that's my dream. I can't wait to see my grandson and hold my granddaughters. Well, guys, thank you so much. We will have we'll have this video ready tomorrow, I believe, and. It's really great to see you guys.
Bye. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Thank you.